Hello friends, today's subject is past and mixed conditionals. You already know past conditional, but we will remember it. Past conditional is also known as third conditional. And in the mixed conditionals, we will use second and third if conditionals together. Hopefully at the end of this presentation you will have an idea about these conditionals and how to use them, and you will be able to make your own sentences. At the end of this presentation there are 2 practice examples and some web links for you to study further and some writing or speaking topics. Let's check the third conditional. Firstly, we call it hypothetical past. The reason is because we talk about the past events. So we think about some past events and how we would like to have them happen or happen differently. So actually we can't change these past events, but we can talk about them again. So firstly, let's check the form. There are 2 parts in these if sentences. In the first part, if clause part, after if, we use past perfect. I'm sure you remember it. Past perfect, we use had always, and with had, we use verb 3. Actually, we call verb 3 past participle, but we all also know it as verb 3. So in the second part, which is result clause, you can use would or might or could plus have plus verb 3. So let's check our first example sentence. If I had left home on time that day, I would have taken the exam. So let's analyze the sentence a bit. So actually, this sentence is talking about a past event. So the past event is, in the past one day I didn't leave home on time, and as a result something happened. I missed the exam. So that's why I make this if clause. Of course I can't change this past event, but I can make this if sentence wishing that it had happened differently. So let's check some details about past conditional. For example, you can also sometimes use past perfect continuous. So for you, I have an example sentence. If I hadn't been driving for more than 10 hours, I wouldn't have had the accident. So again, if you analyze the sentence, in the past I had an accident because I had been driving for more than 10 hours that day. So as a result of this, I had the accident. So also it's common to use only one clause of the full conditional. So you don't have to use the whole sentence, but only one part. For example, why didn't you tell me you needed help? I could have helped you. If you make this longer, it would be like, if you had told me you needed help, I could have helped you. But instead, you only use the result part. It's also possible to use contractions. I'm sure you remember contractions, the short form of full words. And here, instead of I could have helped you, you can use contraction here. I could have helped you. So let's go on with mixed conditionals. Here we have 2 alternatives. So let's start with the first one. We use this first one to talk about the past event and this event's result at the moment. So how do we do it? To talk about the past event, in the first part, after if, we use past perfect. So you have to think, we mixed here third conditional and second conditional. So in the second part, we use only would or might with verb 1. For example, if you hadn't missed your flight, you would be here with us now. So the first part is referring a past event. You missed the flight, and then is result at the moment. So you are not here with us. Another alternative is we can talk about an unreal present situation and its past results. So for this, you need this time after if you use conditional, second conditional, and after that, third conditional. So here we have the sentence, if we didn't trust you, we would have fired you months ago. So here it means, right now we trust you. That's why, as a result, we didn't fire you a long time ago in the past. So here we used for the unreal present, we used the second conditional, and its past result, we used the third conditional. So I have some useful practice for you here, some activities. Here you will make the sentences again without changing the meaning, but using if clauses. So we have the answers right away. And in this other practice activity, you will just fill in the gaps, thinking which conditionals to use, because these ones will be mixed ones. So for mixed ones, you have to think about second conditional and third conditional. So for further practice, I put here some useful websites, so you can go and check them to study some more. And at the end, there is an idea for you to write about, or maybe you can record your voice. Alright, hope it was useful for you. Have a nice day.